Hi, it's Gerry again, and welcome to day 136 of A Course in Miracles. For today's lesson, the statement was, sickness is a defense against truth. And I thought this was a bit of a challenging lesson to understand, but as I got more into it and thought more about other things I know, it started to make more sense to me. Sickness is a device for self-deception. Its purpose is to hide reality, to attack it, and to distort it and keep the truth from being whole. And, it mentioned that it's a defense. It's a defense used when the truth appears to threaten what I want to believe. So we block the threat consciously, but forget we did that, and the decision remains a force. And I think what that means basically is that sickness comes from wrong thinking. And that reminds me of what I read from author Louise Hay in her books, You Can Heal Your Life, I just have them up on my computer screen, and Heal Your Body. I have You Can Heal Your Life, and I've read it, and I often refer to it actually. And, basically, again, that wrong thinking results in illness. I don't want to comment on people who struggle with other things. I'm going to talk about my own experience. But one thing I have noticed since I began this course is I've noticed positive changes in my own health. Cramping that I used to get from time to time is pretty well gone. Very interesting. And I noticed too that the skin on my face is clearer than when I started. I struggled a bit with what I think is rosacea, but it might just be dry skin. But I've noticed in looking at older videos and newer videos, especially things I posted that I recorded on YouTube with under Lessons in Learning, which would have been up until last summer, which was around the time that I started doing this course, that my skin actually looks better now than it did then. It struck me as interesting. You can go look for yourself. I didn't notice it as much in these videos, but the lighting isn't necessarily as good as it is with Shaw when I do these videos, because those are professionally done. But anyhow, those are things that I've noticed. Also, the illusion that I am my body has to do with our health, and that health perpetrates. Issues with health perpetrate that myth that I am my body. And I'm not my body. I live in my body right now, but I am not my body. And that's true as well. If we just need to think about people who've died, their memory is still very strong within us. They're not gone. They're just physically gone, but they're very much present. And the meditation for today was to spend 15 minutes 2 times saying, sickness is a defense against the truth. I will accept the truth of what I am and let my mind be wholly healed today. And it also mentioned that you're not going to feel tremendous when you say this. You're just going to feel, but you're not going to feel sick, but you're not going to feel, euphoric when you do this. It says, healing will flash across my mind as peace and truth arise. But the result will be the body should not feel at all, not well or ill, not pain or pleasure. And I found that to be the case, actually. It's kind of neat. And also, whenever I feel tempted, I am to say, I have forgotten what I really am, for I mistook my body for myself. Sickness is a defense against the truth. but I am not my body, and my mind cannot attack, so I cannot be sick. Oh, that's another thing too, that sickness results in judgment, worry, any kinds of what the text calls attack thoughts. And that's true as well. So really sickness results from wrong thinking. And like I said, I think my health has been really, really good since I started this course. So maybe I think that does have something to do with it, that it's helping to correct the wrong thinking. I hope that your experience as well with this course is that it brings you wellness and peace. And one more thing that the text talked about, it talked about the concept of time. With God, there is no time. Again, that's a thought that I find really difficult to fully comprehend. But again, the teachings about health, I think I understood that it's right thinking that brings good health, and wrong thinking brings struggles with our health. I'm just talking about that for myself. I would not want to discuss that with about anybody else, because I'd feel like I was being judgmental of somebody else. I think this is a decision, a realization we all have to come to within ourselves. So, those are my reflections for today's lesson. Thank you so much for joining me. May God bless you abundantly, and may you be well. Peace be with you. We'll talk more tomorrow.